Good morning, folks. This is Chi Baker from Street Tactical Integrations, and recently I've been asked a bunch of questions concerning the Defensive Tactics for Women seminar that I'll be co-instructing with Mac McRedmond and assist-instructed with Heidi Balmaceda. And I wanted to cover a couple of those questions that have come up to hopefully clarify some of the aspects of who this should be, who this is being run for, i.e. the population that it's serving, as well as the purpose behind it and some of the goals. And in terms of who should come, this course is run for people who have had no, i.e. zero, martial art or self-protection training or exposure. We're going to be covering some very relevant and basic concepts on awareness, on managing the mind and the body, on looking at assaultive situations, looking at predators, being able to recognize some of the predator characteristics, as well as situations that you want to be aware of, heightened in, and hopefully avoid if possible. So you don't need to have any sort of background. It's not for people who have had long histories in martial arts. It's also not for people who are iconic, super physically fit people. This is for your average, everyday kind of person. A lot of folks who have already signed up are folks who are mothers and want to kind of learn how to better manage at-risk or heavy-risk situations for themselves, as well as to help protect their children, as well as folks who are older. I've got somebody who is in their 70s who's already signed up, and a couple of people who are in their 20s who've signed up. So kind of a full spectrum of age range, physical fitness, sizes, etc. So hopefully that helps answer kind of who should show up. The second piece is kind of the purpose and the goal. So there's kind of a long history that I won't go into altogether, but part of this was began when the Mac stabbing happened a couple months ago, and extremely hostile male verbally assaulted a couple females, and then a couple men intervened and got stabbed. And it's kind of looking at how women are exposed to violence in extremely hostile and life-threatening situations, as well as situations that happen in every day, whether it be in the workforce, whether it be at the gym, whether it be at restaurants, bars, or whether it be on the streets, looking at sexual harassment, of lewd behavior, of inappropriate gestures and suggestions, verbal suggestions, and how to manage these situations and how to be more heightened in being aware and mindful of situations as you go into them, hopefully maybe avoiding some situations that would be of high risk. And then when the situation does occur, of how to manage it in a way that hopefully doesn't lead to any violence, but if it does, of how to quickly execute different maneuvers that you will be able to safely get out of the situation and be unharmed. So this is a collaboration of martial art instructors and correction officers. So I've got both a background in being a correction officer. I've also had 3 decades of martial art training, as well as I'm a national certified mental health and addictions counselor, and work with a lot of people who have faced trauma, both mental, physically, and sexual trauma. And so kind of looking at all those different aspects and trying to create a package that will hopefully better educate people in in assaultive situations, as well as hopefully being a place of empowerment and helping women feel more empowered and to go out in the world and not be subjected to assaultive, harassing situations. And a big piece of martial art training and kind of the self-protection aspects is training the mind and body and empowering really the self, and so that you feel stronger, and therefore how you navigate and move about the world changes. And a big piece of this is that when you feel strong physically, mentally, and emotionally, that your posture changes. And as your posture changes, you present differently to the world, and you present differently to people who are potential predators. And that if you don't look like a victim, if you don't look like prey in their eyes, that they will move on to somebody else. And as you become more empowered, that it flows through all the areas of your life, whether it be relationships, whether it be recreation, whether it be career, workforce aspirations, whether it be spiritual pursuits, whether it be physical capabilities, that all these places of empowerment, of confidence, of self-esteem, self-worth kind of flow into each other. And ultimately, hopefully, workshops like this will help you feel stronger as a person. And also, the secondary gain is that you will be able to notice and manage situations that are high risk or that are potentially physically, mentally, and emotionally hazardous or dangerous. So hopefully this clarifies a little bit about the workshop. I'm a very strong supporter and advocate of the Me Too movement. I've done some posts and some conversations on helping support people who have gone through trauma and have been harassed, possibly assaulted in the past, and really looking at this as hopefully a supportive place. I recognize that it needs to come from two main different areas. One of changing society, changing how particularly men, but also women treat women, and to create a more respectful society, and helping educate people on what is considered harassing to women, as well as on the other side of empowering women to be stronger in society, stronger themselves. So hopefully this will also support that very important movement that has come up recently. So hope to see you guys at the seminar. It's happening, I believe, let's see here, January 28th, Sunday, from 10 to 2 p.m. at the Academy of Kung Fu, which is the address is 3228 Southeast 21st Avenue in Portland, Oregon. So please feel free to contact me. I have a Facebook page, Street Tactical Integrations. You can also email me at creatingbalance42@yahoo.com if you have any questions. Hope to see you there, and be well.